Wednesday, and it's time for our mastermind. So we come on together every Wednesday, and the reason behind this is so that we can kind of share ideas, brainstorm, work on best practices. Last week we covered a lot around personal development. This week I just want to go over obviously Super Sunday, but also Team Cup. It's a really important month of February for your business, and I really want to kind of make sure that you understand how it all works. Can you see me okay? I look like really orange. I look like I've been in a spray tan. Hold on 2 seconds. Is that better with a bit of light? Is that a bit better? There we go. So for those of you with there, I know I've seen lots of faces on here and lots of people that were actually there on Sunday who really enjoyed Sunday, and you can come off of mute. And maybe that's good. That's nice to know. So what I'd say is, if you just want to kind of really quickly, because I know Neil didn't go, who else didn't go? Give me a hands up if you didn't get to the event on Sunday. Lola didn't make it. I know you work on a Sunday. Just give me one thing that, as quickly as you possibly can, that you took away from Sunday, because I just want to kind of recap over it as well and answer any questions that you may have since you've come away from the event. But for me, you know what? All the sleepless nights I had organising that event were just worth it. It was to watch all of your faces when Autumn did the Super Saturday and her 80-day obsession workout. Blew me away. It was like your commitment to kind of do cardio core on that day, full out, and your note taking. It was worth every hour of sleep I missed to see you kind of getting so much from it, from what I could see. So I'm really open to your thoughts. So who wants to go first? Beverly, you're at the top there. I know you were there. It was great to kind of hear your story as well and connect with you a little bit more. So could you share quickly what you got from it?
I think how it felt was we are one big team, all there to help each other.
Yeah, perfect. You really sensed that?
Sorry, we've got a lot of... Sorry, that's better. Yeah, so absolutely brilliant. The energy in the room, the different levels of experience. So we've all got a part of a jigsaw. But what's great is everyone, it's not like, oh, I'm super and I'm advanced and I know nothing at my end. Everyone wants to help everybody. And that the team, each body, it's not about just individual teams competing. It is the big team and helping everyone. So my takeaway was, it's a bit scary, this 80-day obsession, but we can do it the more we help each other as well.
And that goes for, and that's brilliant feedback. And you know what? That actually goes for any aspect of this business as well. It's so much easier when we come together. And that was the first time we really all came together since we launched. And the launch was really an introduction for you around what Beachbody are. And, just an introduction, obviously, all to get to see Shaun T. But Sunday, I really felt, when you said who was coaches in the room, and it was like 95% of everybody in the audience put their hands up. That's powerful, when coaches were all coming together and you did network, and that was, and supporting each other on this journey for 80-day obsession is a really good lesson for us in building a business and supporting each other on the first 3 months of your business, and any coach that comes into your business's business too. There's a lot of businesses there. But yeah, I hope I got my point across. So Eve, I know you've just put a great big spoonful of food in your mouth, so could you quickly, but you're next on the camera. So I have to take my hat off to Eve. I want to say a massive thank you. You know what? She was the first coach to turn up, and she was the last coach to leave. And that speaks volumes, when Alan Sugar talks about it, about, being the first person in the office and the last one to leave every day. It's that determination. And I recognise that. And it didn't go unnoticed, Eve. So I want to say thank you for that. So go for it.
For me, as with all Beachbody events, it's kind of like recharging your enthusiasm batteries. It's like you go to these events and you just get so full of motivation and love and commitment, and right down from the little things and meal planning right up to deciding you're going to conquer the world and save everyone or help everyone.
Yeah,
and
fantastic.
I just love going to them, and they're amazing. And yeah, it was just an awesome event. And I came home tired, type.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. And there's lots of you that have appeared on here now, so I'm not going to be able to go through everyone that's actually got something from it, but it is a bit like a recharge. You know, every 3 months these events will be held, and they'll be in your local towns, your local cities. You know, we really want to encourage you to do it. Trust me, they're not an all-day event. This was a very unique one in so much as it was all day. When you do a Super Saturday, it will probably be about 3 hours, and the video lasts for about 50 minutes. We did cut big chunks of that video out, so you didn't get to see the testimonials so much, because we had people in the room that you could hear from. But these are really important for your business to kind of regroup. Like, where am I at? You know, what have I done since the last time I came to one of these events? And how, you know, what can I get now to fill me back up again before I go back out for the next 3 months? And just kind of use it each 3 months and each quarter for you to recharge, and as a goal to get to the next stage of your business. So yeah, thanks for that, Eve. So who else was there and wants to share? Hannah, do you want to share? Okay, I've unmuted you now. I've muted everyone else because I could hear a little dog in the background. So, Hannah.
Hi. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold, and I've also just had to get Lila up. So, so what were my main takeaways? I mean, I think just the same as what other people have been saying, is that it's just so lovely to be able to all pull together and to hear about what's going on. And I think it gives you that lift and that boost that you need. And I think Raven and I were having a conversation about, you know, sometimes you can start feeling that things are getting really difficult and you're not kind of progressing, but it kind of gives you that extra spur and that motivation to kind of keep moving on. And it was really, you know, it's really lovely that that corporate put so much time, energy and effort into it. Like, we had a really great day, and that Jeff came over and the Autumn was there, and it was just I just went home buzzing and just full of excitement. And yeah, it's been really enjoyable, and I've just, you know, I've been telling everyone about it and telling them, you know, they've got to come next time because they really missed out. So yeah, it's really fired me up.
Fantastic, thank you. Anyone else want to share? Let's see who I've got that I can see. I can see a lot of you that haven't got your camera on right now. Oh, Jennifer, you want to share? Okay, I've just unmuted you, Jennifer.
Well, thank you. No, thanks again for Sunday. It was really good event. Hats off to the whole Beachbody team. I suppose what I got from it, and also my team, was that there's been a lot of anxiety, I think, around this 80-day and making sure that the nutrition is on point from day one.
Yeah.
And I suppose knowing that actually it's going to be probably a little bit of fumbling the first week or two. So they came out with, actually feel better. You're going to do as good as you can, and we're going to obviously improve that and tweak that as we go on. And it was good to obviously actually hear from sort of Autumn and again about the tough love. So I've taken that back to my groups, in the sense of, I've had a couple of them saying, oh, I don't know whether I can fit the time nutrition into my day. And I might just follow the nutrition but do the workouts. I said, yeah, that's fine. There's 3 options. If you want to do the workouts, you can do the workouts, but obviously don't expect the 80-day of session results. You'll expect the results from just doing the workouts, or following it sort of 80-20 or the full out, sort of to get the results. So I suppose there are some people in my group who at least they know, well, actually they're happy with whatever choice they've given them, but I've been very sort of tough with them, in the sense of, if you actually want the results, then you're going to need to follow it and fit it into your life. So I suppose it's given me a bit more confidence to basically say that to him, whereas before I might have said, oh no, well, you just do the best that you can, whereas now it's sort of, right, okay, I mean business, I want my however 20 people or whoever who are in my group to get the results, because you are my flagship group, that I am then going to, from there, I'm going to have so many really amazing befores and afters, that then more people that see them, sort of the better. But no, it's really good. And I don't know whether, if anyone's sort of following me, I put on this morning, my husband for the last few months have been trying to get him to do some of the programs, and Sunday after I got back, he was like, right, okay, I'll give it a go. And he did it Monday morning, and then he was like, oh no, he said, I've got to try and fit it in now, because I really enjoyed it. Now, day 3 in, he's messaging me going, how did you get on with it? How did you find the workout? And as a couple now, it's really good, because we're bonding. So I'm going to use that angle as well, because now I can, for my clients, to say, well, you know, you can do this together. And actually, to be fair, I've got a few couples in my 80-day challenge group. So yeah, it's all great, and lots learned at the weekend. So thank you very much.
No problem. So Jennifer, did your husband come?
No, he didn't. He was looking after kids.
Right. So you obviously went back full of energy. So that kind of it permeates outside into other people. You can't help it. So thank you. That's really good feedback. And I would say, you know, it is that whole being there in the room, and that's what this is powerful, us all coming together on this mastermind now. But I'm sure everyone here now appreciates how important these meetings are, because I can't replicate, as much as I could put music on at the beginning, I haven't got Diana kicking your backside on stage, getting you to get out of your chair and move. So for those of you that weren't there, we had all the master trainers, you know, Abby, Diana, Gemma, you know, they were all up on stage, you know, getting everybody moving before we even started the event. I can't do that. I can put the music on, but you're all sitting there with your cups of tea and eating your spoonful of food, you know, watching me. So you can't recreate that. Life is going on for all of you right now. I can see you, you know, doing different things as you're listening to this, and that's okay. That's the whole point of this, is that it becomes flexible. But when you're in that room at an event, everything else stops. You know, you've organized the children, the dogs are all okay, and you kind of like, you're there, you're present, and you are now just surrounded by other people that are just like you know, at different stages of business. And that power is probably even more important than anything we could give you from the stage of coming together. And when I started in the industry, it was like the meetings that kept me going. And at that point, because there was no such thing as, you know, Zoom, or, you know, we're talking back 2003 now, that's a long time ago. There was none of this technology going on. You know, we were just learning how to text. And so it was like the weekly meetings were really important. We just showed up every Tuesday night to a hotel. I think it was a little Holiday Inn in Swindon. Every Tuesday we would show up. And that's really powerful, because off air, you know, when you go and get a cup of tea or a drink of water in the breaks, those conversations that I can't kind of recreate on video are really important. And I'm sure, you know, some of you had an amazing experience, even when you were stood in the VIP queue waiting for Autumn and the photos, and they just looked amazing. If anyone's got like a story of where they met somebody there, and actually now they've got like an accountability partner, or, you know, they've learned something from somebody that will really help them, can you share? Just let me know, like pop a message if you want to be coming off air. I'm sure some of you have here. Does anyone? Reach out, talk to me. Don't be shy. No one? Oh, they're typing. Who's typing? Same here, Hannah and I teach. Okay, make it from Tishing with someone. Okay, so I'm really surprised that there's no one on here that didn't have a conversation, or maybe you just aren't confident enough to come and, you know, share what you got from that. Because I know from just the handful of people at the front of the room, and the story about the lady that had cancer, and then she just started talking to a radiographer, you know, that story is really powerful, and they'd never met before. And so coming together is really, really important. And so thanks for sharing that, Jennifer. It's really, really good feedback. So for those of you that weren't there, I will be posting the slides up into the group that Jeff did. So he didn't just come up with those trainings, just pluck them out of the air. For me, it was really important for us to kind of, like, all the calls that I do and these masterminds, I take, you know, I listen to you and I hear where the gaps are, and we may not necessarily do some training straight away. I'm kind of hearing like things constantly. And if I hear something enough, then I'm like, okay, we need to train on this. And so we covered a couple of things. So two of the things we covered was obviously goal setting and how important it is for you to have a goal. Another area that I really wanted Jeff to cover was all about being consistent. And he talked about his son, Topher, who was learning how to wakeboard. And so there was a really great video of where Topher's like at the back of the speedboat and literally getting battered. You know, he's doing, I don't know if anyone's ever tried wakeboarding. I've done it once and that was me done. I'm like, this hurts. So it's like you go into it, you hit the wave, you're flipping over and you're crashing into the ground. And it takes consistency and perseverance. And so that was one of the stories that I wanted Jeff to share, and part of the trainings for you as well, because it is, this business is all about the behaviors that you do consistently. And so obviously it shows you that when he went and practiced and did it repeatedly, eventually He was really good. Who would agree he was really good on that wakeboard? And Jeff said to me, he said that was like a really old video, and he's even better than that now. So, and it is about showing up, you know, going and putting in the time and the effort and being consistent in your business. So that was something that I know that I've heard from people, you know, and we've talked about on the mastermind about where you're consistent for 3 days and then you dip out. And then you go back to it, and the next thing you know, it's 5 days have gone by before you've done some kind of business building activities. And I spoke to somebody this morning, and we talked about, you know, actions that are being taken every day. And if you've listened to the National Wake Up Call on Monday with Diana, you know, when I've had a conversation with her, it's like the amount of hours that Diana puts in to get to the level that she's at. And I'm sure, you know, that'll be the same for Liz and for all the other diamond coaches that are out there. There's a lot of consistency going on in their business. And Cassandra, we spoke this morning, didn't we, around, you know, activities. I love it when I just call your name out and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm awake. About the activities that you're doing and how many hours, you know, you've got to do that, and how important that planner is for you to be consistent. And so we're looking, you know, if depending on where you are, you kind of reverse engineer back what your goal is. And so Jeff talked about knowing where your goals are. And then also, you know, how do we then build up to that? What do you need to do to get to your goal? And so you reverse engineer it. And we were, you know, joking about Cassandra's Canadian. And I was talking about my son who loves to play ice hockey. And, you know, and I'm all about building dreams and, you know, yep, go for it, you know, reach to the, you know, the moon, and, you know, you never know, you might just hit a star. However, there's a certain aspect of reality. If I reverse engineer that back and we compare him to like all the Canadian ice hockey players, they play in their backyards every day. George doesn't have that. You know, we don't have that. It's very muddy in our back garden. And so it's not somewhere where you can go and do it enough and consistently for him to be at that level. And I do believe that, you know, it takes that. Keep doing it. Keep going. Keep doing it every day. Just do that little bit of exercise. And as we talk about with muscles, etc., I know when I keep doing that one that we did yesterday, and I swapped to a blue band when I saw Autumn doing it because I had music playing in my ears. Didn't realise until I was led on my side, everyone else still had green. Needless to say, I'm feeling that today. But I know if I keep doing it and you keep doing those exercises, we're all going to end up with a backside like Kaylee's. So, and we all want one of them. Well, maybe not you, Neil. I don't know. Maybe you do, and Ollie. So it's like keeping that consistency up together. And you guys all kind of like, you know, me appearing every day in the 80-day obsession now for the UK coaches group, showing up every day, is now about me being held accountable by you guys too. And so when I saw 99 people post on day one and only something like 50 on day two, I'm like, okay, where is everyone already? It's like we're only on day two. So keep showing up. And, you know, use that little video from me as a reminder as to which actions you've taken for your business and moving it forward for today. Who would like to share from one of Jeff's talks something that they've actioned since they've left there? And remember, this is a mastermind group. It's all about sharing. It could be a tiny little action that you've done, and it could be huge. Who's going to share? Why is everyone going, oh, Laura, thank you. Save me, Laura, save me. There we go, Laura's on.
Yeah, you're all right.
Thank you. Laura's a diamond coach based up near Manchester. Yeah, there we go. That's enough said about you. You're pretty consistent. I see you showing up to the gym every day and doing something with your business. So
well, I've got a poorly little girl at home today. So so one of the things I wanted to say when you were just saying, Anna, is about do your crap. Like, I loved when Jeff said that over the weekend. Like, I'm all about consistency, but all about doing the little things that sometimes you don't want to do that you can make excuses for.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I spent all day in hospital with my daughter.
Oh,
Frantic phone call. Yeah, she's behind me. She's tucked up on a duvet. Frantic phone call to say you need to rush her to the hospital today. So timed nutrition kind of went out the window and was substituted with whatever I could get in WH Smith that wasn't chocolate.
Oh, wow.
And we finally got home at, about 6 o'clock last night after 7 hours in hospital. And I could have had every excuse as to not to do that booty workout and just to go like, enough, start again tomorrow. Nobody will know whether I've done it or not.
Yeah.
But I would have known.
Yeah.
And all I needed to do was look on, like, my team all day were like, where are you? Because I've just disappeared. And that's not like me. I'm constantly on the go with them, even when I'm in the gym.
Yeah.
Obviously, I wasn't online all day, which is very unlike me. And I just went into my team group and I went into the 80-day obsession group. And that was just enough to say, get it done. And I think sometimes if you've not got a team, you need that little bit of motivation, like somebody to say to you, like, do your crap, basically.
Yeah.
Like to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes the biggest things I would say make a difference to your business are the small things that you don't think are going to make a difference to your business, like showing up every single day, like explaining to people what you're doing, but not doing it in a way, and I'm speaking from experience of somebody who did this in the previous business I was with, of not being that person who's like, I've done my workout, I'm on day number 5 of 50 or whatever it might be, because nobody really cares about that, because that's just all about you. Whereas like yesterday, showing up and saying, I've still got my workout done, I had every reason not to do it, but I have done it, and thank you to these people who've supported me, kind of like builds that engagement. And then again, I did, because my commitment, and I think making commitments to yourself is a big thing. So my commitment is like USJ, I'm going live every single morning. So this morning I showed up, and I loved Autumn's Tough Love because I'm totally about that.
Yeah.
So on my live this morning, I talked about, excuses, and that an hour of your day is 4% of your day, and 30 minutes is 2% of your day. And if you're not doing it, I'm sorry, you're making an excuse.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to lift weights, don't lift weights, go and dance. If you don't want to run, go and walk. But you can always get things done. So I think the big thing is just that setting your non-negotiables of what you're going to do, and make it no more than 5, and then just do it every single day. And don't worry when nobody's watching and nobody's interacting, because it's like that snowball effect. Like it starts off like a snowflake and you have to push it up the hill, and it feels hard and it feels like you're alone, and then all of a sudden, momentum.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Powerful stuff. Has anyone got any questions for Laura? Can you see my slides now? Can you see the screen? Yeah. So it says, do your crap. And this was, this is what Laura was talking about here. And this was Micah Folson who did this training at Leadership. And Jeff said, I need to borrow that, because it is the crap that we don't want to do that actually is really important. And I've had, conversations with many different people about, well, I'm just doing the flyers, and I'm just doing the leaflets and and all of the nice stuff. But actually doing the crap is the stuff that will get your business moving forward. And so it is, the ultimate there at the end is where you get your clients, you get results, you convert to coaches, and you develop leaders. That's the ultimate. But actually the stuff you need to do beforehand is what will get you to that. And I really love this training. I'll make sure that these slides go up into the UK, into the Emerald Coaches group. Actually, if you're not in there and you're showing up to these mastermind calls, if you're not yet Emerald, come on, get there. But I will add you because you're showing up to the mastermind calls, and we'll pop you into the Emerald Coaches group. But these slides will be in there for you to go and have a little look at and share with your teams if they didn't make it to the Super Saturday. But, it is that, intentionally expanding your network, showing up and sharing your journey, and genuinely connecting with people. And as Laura's just said there, it's like, it's all well and good her just showing up and saying that she's done her workout today. It's right. That's just for her. And every single human being on this planet are all about, well, what's in it for me? And so how can you give value? And we talk about this a lot around how you can give value to other people, and being intentional, connecting with people, and sharing is kind of all part of that as well. And so it's easy to do, but as Jeff said, very much so, it's also easy not to do. And that's why I'll always go back to the planners that I talk about, where I say, where have you got time? And Jennifer, I so hope you're sticking to the one that we did for you, because I know when I spoke with you, it's like, and I will call you out, but I know that you were going to kind of regroup. It's that whole having those hours in a day and what you do with it, and being intentional with those hours as well, so that that nothing else will get in the way. And if you schedule something, that is it. It's that important that you can't, there's just no way that you can do anything to avoid it. And if you owned a shop that opened at 9 a.m. every day, you'd be there to open that shop at 9 a.m. every day. If it was a cafe that opened at 6, you'd be there at 6, because you kind of put it out there that that's what time you open. And so being really disciplined with your hours so that you can do all of this is really important. Now, I know there's some chats going on, but for some reason my mouse has just died on me on this screen. I'm really not having fun. Clickers and me are just in love with each other right now.
SJ, Neil's just asked, what sort of stuff do I share on my lives? Do you want me to
Yeah, go for it. Share it. Yeah, please. Thank you.
So first of all, top tip, because my sort of background as well is business coaching, so I'll kind of give you one of the big things that people make a mistake with their lives. If you want to have like a real catchy headline to it, so like why you need to watch this, or something like I did one about that's it, I quit, and everybody watched it. Everybody thought that I'd like quit Beachbody and blah 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 blah. So make sure that you've got like a catchy headline. Like I sometimes see people putting things on, like, and again, no disrespect if you've done this, I really don't mean it, like just at the park with my kids, like, again, you can hear my dog in the background, like nobody cares. So you want to make it like quite catchy, like why your excuses are not getting you anywhere, because people are nosy, like they'll watch it. Then in terms of content, I'm very like raw and honest and real with my lives. So I have no issue doing a live, as SJ will know, like when I'm in the gym or after the gym, of showing like the reality of how things look, but also like showing how I fit it in as well. So quite often I'll do some lives when I'm sat in the car between the kids, like netball and football games, but just talking about real life. But I always bring in about how my nutrition and my fitness is really important to me, to fill my cup up first before I fill anybody else's cup up. Like to be the best mom, to be the best friend, etc. And always do a call to action at the end. Quite often people do lives and then they kind of leave it there and they just presume that people are going to contact them. Whereas if you talk to them and say, look, just done this workout, totally loving it, so important to get your hydration in, so important to get your good nutrition in, happy to share, drop me a message. You're not like saying, hey, jump on the 80-day obsession with me. You're just saying to people, I'm happy to share what I'm doing. And that might be 80-day obsession. But again, we get quite caught up with 80-day obsession. And there's like all these other programs for people who don't want to do it. So that's what I talk about, really, if that helps.
I think it's really powerful. I'm looking at everyone and they're all writing down lots of notes as well. And I'm going to get Laura onto the National Wake Up Call. She doesn't know it yet. So that will be in the next coming weeks, because I know, Laura looks at it very much from a business perspective, as to how you could grow your business. And this is what we're all about. And as you'll probably have seen, I've put out there today that we're going to do Carl's flying over to do some business builder kind of workshops, Q&A, but there's no discount coaches allowed to go. There's going to be certain criteria. So, if you've clicked yes, I'm going, know that you need to show up to be able to go for this, because it's not just going to be for everyone to just turn up. It's not meet and greet. It's going to be limited spaces, because there's certain elements of your business where you do need to put that business hat on and think, okay, if everyone's into what's in it for me, how can I send out a message out there that will really benefit everybody else? So that was awesome, Laura. Thank you very much. So Linda, you've said that you've used the 10 questions Jeff mentioned. Are you there? If you can unmute yourself, because now there's lots of you on here and I can't find you. Let's have a look, see where you are.
I've done it. There you
go. You've done it. Well done. Okay.
Well, I had a meeting with somebody who had said that she was quite interested to know more about what I was doing, in particular the Beachbody bit. So I thought, right, all fired up. This one sounds really positive. So I used Jeff's questions and didn't make it sort of artificial, like one by one, but I weaved it all into the conversation and took some notes along the way, and I reflected what she was saying, checked for understanding, and it was a really, really good process. So I recommend the process itself. So it's exploring the problem that people are trying to solve and all of that sort of thing, what it means to them, what impact it will have on them and their lives and others in it, and all of that kind of thing. And basically this lady, without giving too much away about her, she said she didn't care about her size. She didn't want to particularly lose weight. She's already doing loads of healthy eating and wholesome eating. Isn't really committed to doing any exercise regularly and probably wouldn't hold herself accountable. So, of course, I was saying, of course, there's lots of support and I can step it up or step it back to support you through all of that. And at the end, and the shakes, really, really like shakes. I've done them before, really like that. Sounds brilliant. And all of that, even offered to give us some samples and all the rest. But if and when she was ready, she said, oh, no, it sounds all good. How do I sign up? So, right, send you the link. Sent her the link, offered support in completing it all. And then the next day, got a text saying, oh, actually, I don't think I'll do it because I'm not really that committed to doing anything. And I thought, well, okay, fair enough. Thanks for your interest anyway. But of course, if you do change your mind on any of those aspects, no. And I thought, don't take it personally. She's not ready for her journey yet. But what should I have done differently? And I was so disappointed because I thought it was going to work.
Yeah, and you know what? What's great is you fast-tracked to this point probably quicker than you would have ever done in a previous experience, because we'll drag it out by not asking questions and by hoping and clinging on to this one customer that you hope, because they've expressed a little bit of interest, is going to sign up and join or become a customer of yours. But you fast-tracked to a no. And the faster you can get to that no sometimes, the better, really, because otherwise they just take time away from all of those potential yeses. I'm actually, I saw, oh, Laura, yes.
Hey, I think the really useful thing on that, you said on another call recently about the 100 no's thing. Just go out and just get 100 no's. For me, that's really made a big difference. It's like, right, let's go talk to hundreds of people and not worry about what the answer is. If that answer's no, great, then move on.
Yes, powerful, yeah, and it is. It's like, yay, I've got no! And then celebrate it and don't see it as a negative, kind of like, interrupt that pattern that it's a rejection to you. It's not. It's moving you one step closer. However, Andrew and Megan, I know you're on here. I've seen Andrew's name, but it looked very much like Megan. Are you there? Can you just kind of suggest what you would do with this person? Because if I'm right, you would kind of filter this person now into a free group because they're just a no, not now. Are you there?
Yeah, I actually put this in the comments. I've had quite a few people like that, and I've spent like a good couple of weeks speaking to them and explaining everything in great detail and answering all the questions and sending them all the videos. And you get to that point, Linda, when you feel like, yes, they're going to sign up, this is great. And then they say, oh, I'm just going to stick with the gym and see how I go. So I just kind of said, well, that's fine. If you feel that the gym's going to work for you, then go for it. But, I'm going to be here working out with our team, getting fit, having a great time doing it. And if, down the line you feel that the gym is still not working out for you, then you know where I am. And then I make sure the next day I put like a real powerful post out just to prove that, do you know what? Like, 2 fingers to you, I'm going for it regardless. Like, and then often they like your post and you think, ha. Like, I just don't take it personally, but for people that, there are some people who have said, I just can't afford it right now. And that's where my free group does come in. I just say, look, I know it's maybe not the right time for you just now, but I do have a free group. It would be great to get you on board with that. We do still post lots of good tips, and we do like a daily workout. It'd be great to get you on board, and you'll get lots of ideas from other members in the group. And then you kind of keep that communication going with them as well. So I think you just got to be like proof that the product works. You just got to keep on posting like your workout pictures, show them that what you're doing is working and you're having a great time doing it, and make it look really fun. And then I have that free group to kind of pull them into and to keep that communication going, if that's helpful.
Yeah, Megan?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Megan, do you mind me asking, what free groups are you running at the moment?
I just have an ongoing free group. So every month I have like a different focus for it, and I encourage people to put up a picture of some exercise that they've done that day. And some people post up some like healthy meals, and I make sure that I go on and kind of just give them a nice comment back. And I go live in this free group every day and do 100 reps of a particular move. And I've had this group now since April time. And there's only been a couple of nights when I've missed it. So like, you get the regular people that are posting every day, but it's good for like, I find it's good for just adding people to it, and that people are seeing you do your live videos, and like, even though they're not commenting on it, when you speak to them, if you like approach them for maybe buying a challenge pack, then you've got that kind of conversation you can go with, like, oh, thanks for showing up, it was lovely to see your post, and it just feels like you're doing this for a genuine reason as well.
Great. Megan, do you put your, if you like, graduates into that group as well? So people who've been for a challenge group with you, so say they've done 21 Day Fix, where do they go? Do they go into that group, or do you have another group for them?
No, I have a separate group for like my people that have signed up with me. And that's where they're posting their workouts and things. But some of them still go into my free group and they'll post, like, there's a couple of ladies that are doing Core de Force. So they're going into the free group and being like, oh, this is my like MMA speed workout today. I'm loving this workout, feeling really good about it. And then people that like that post, that's a good way for me to say, oh, like I saw that you liked Elaine's post. Have you ever heard of this kind of workout program? Or would you be interested in maybe finding out a bit more? So like I don't tell them to post in my free group, but I think they're just so in the habit now of posting their stuff that they don't even think about it. It's just like part of their daily routine.
And success leaves clues. And Megan and Andrew have qualified for Riviera Maya. They were in the month of November, I believe. On, you know, obviously they get people signed up to challenge packs off the back of that. But just remember that Megan also said that she didn't start it in October. This was started prior. And we talk about this, you know, don't compare yourself. You don't know what's going on in people's lives, how many hours of work they're putting into this business, but you do what you can. And Megan, you know, that whole, we talk about a funnel effect of, you know, people coming in and having a really great customer experience, but not too much. And that's why I would definitely agree with Megan on the two separate groups for paying customers and the one that's like okay, so you said no, it's no, not now, let's pop you into here. And I'm going to show up every day, versus the one that they've now invested in you as a coach. And going back to what Jennifer said, you know, where she said about giving tough love, that's where you show up as a coach. I've got a business coach and he is like, you know, he kicks my butt, but I pay him to do that. You know, I pay him money to kick my butt, to keep me accountable. Now, the fact that you're not getting any kind of exchange of cash directly that you see as a coach, they are still indirectly paying you when they purchase for bod on quarterly, annually, they buy an accessories pack, they buy Shakeology. They are indirectly paying for you to hold them accountable and give them tough love when it's needed. And I would, you know, and Laura will probably say the same, you know, when somebody comes into your business, and when I was coaching as a business, it would be like, okay, do I have permission to kind of coach you? Do I have, like, you're taking me on as your coach and I'm going to coach you, however, only if you give me permission. And I would always ask that question. The second they say yes, you can now do what you like to kick that butt. And so it's like, you know, you are now that person holding them accountable. But what's great is that, you know, Megan's got these two different groups. She's got the ones where she's kind of like coaching them and like teasing them and, you know, helping them, but not giving them too much. But they filter down into this other one where she is now a full-blown coach and giving her all to that business. And it's very powerful that, you know, the effect that that's had in Megan's business. And, you know, she's earned some, Andrew and Megan are earning significant, you know, money coming through from this as a byproduct, but that's the coach fee, as well as obviously getting Shakeology each month. Thank you, Megan, for sharing. So I've got one more person. I'm conscious it's 10 minutes past 12. I know we could stay on here for hours. Anyone else want to share something that they've taken away and they've actually actioned since Sunday? Speak now. No, no one? Okay, I'm sure you have. You're just all a little bit shy and maybe lost your voice from all the singing on Sunday. So I now want to share with you about Team Cup and just give some clarity around what that means. It's a really important one that I don't want you to miss out on. And I know that many people didn't achieve a Team Beachbody hat because they weren't in a team in the month of November, and you're all really gutted about that. So for you to get the Success Club prize for February, you'll need to be in a team. This time, the teams are of 5 people. They can be from anywhere. You know, you can join up with a team. The criteria are around how many diamonds you can have in the group that were diamond as of prior to the 15th of January. So obviously, we make it fair where you can't just have a whole team full of diamonds that are obviously going to go off and, you know, smash the records on how many people they can get joining. It is a Success Club promotion, and, you know, some people will build their business that way and that's okay, and other people won't. Now, but I would say that this is definitely something that will help not only you build your business, but also bond you with other people. And they don't all have to be within your team. They can be cross teams. Now, there are different prizes that you can get. Excuse me, I've just necked like my Energize ready for my work I'm about to do afterwards. And now I'm like, ah! So let me just go on to the website so you can see. Let me share the screen. Start share. There. Okay, so can you see the screen now? It says Team Beachbody Cup. Yeah, you can see it. Great, thanks, Megan. I'm glad somebody's nodding their head. So it's teambeachbodycup.com. So you're going to want to go onto this website and have a really good look through. Now, the top winning team gets all of their flights paid for, a complete VIP experience at Summit. You get to work out with the new trainer, the new program that Beachbody are launching as well first before anyone else. I mean, you literally get spoiled rotten. So that's like the top winning team. But then there's lots of other things and incentive for you to win. Now, you are going to have to designate a captain, and probably this is going to be the most difficult part of it, because wherever that captain is based, whether they're in England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, that is going to be the region that you are kind of winning a prize for. So if all of your team are in Wales, great, you're going to have, that region is going to get qualified. However, if the captain's in Wales and everyone else is across the country, it will always go back to the captain for the prize, for the actual region that will win. But that's okay. That's kind of insignificant. What's more important is you all getting into a team and really reading all of the rules, etc., on what you need to do. If I press play on this video, I'm just going to see if you can see. Can you see that? Yes?
Team Cup is an eye-opener to pushing past your limits.
It made some really big things happen for me. It helped me to break that barrier of Success Club 10 that I was trying to get by for so many months.
All the coaches on my team ended up advancing to Diamond within a couple months of Team Cup.
Team Cup advanced my business to Emerald.
Team Cup helped me develop into a better leader and do the same thing with my team.
The Cup moves everyone's business forward, just built so much camaraderie on our team.
Probably one of the biggest momentum boosters for our entire downline.
Team Cup really boosted me to say, I can do more, I can do better.
Team Cup is about pushing forward to find that fire that's inside of you.
Stop thinking about it and just do it. Registration for the Team Beachbody Cup starts January 15th. For more information, go to teambeachbodycup.com.
There we go. We love a Beachbody video. So that's telling you all about it. Go to this website. It is a must that you do that, really, and make sure that you go read the rules, kind of learn everything that you need to know, so there's no mistakes this time. I haven't got teams falling out and not actually achieving the incentive for February. I want everyone to participate in this and to come together. You're going to hear me talking about this all the way through until Team Cup. Can't talk now. You can tell when you've had Energize, can't you? When your mouth runs faster than your brain. When Team Cup launches on February the 1st. So we're going to, make sure that we have support for everyone coming together on a post maybe where you can share ideas that you're doing. And I would really love the UK to kind of stand out across the world. I know that Canada kind of came in and just own it right now. And we have 3 teams registered already. So I want to say a massive well done to those that have already registered a team, and go out there and start looking. So I'm going to post a Team Cup specific post in the UK coaches group. So if you are looking for members for a team and you're happy to be like a captain, or you're happy, even if you say you want to be a captain, but then you see that there's another team, just don't worry about who's captain. Just get a team of 5 together. That would be your priority, I would say. And let's see who can achieve some amazing things throughout the month of February working as a team. So make sure you go to this website, go check it out, read all the rules, how to team up with other people, and then go and register. And this needs to be done by the 31st of January. Now, there's also another incentive off the back of this, that Carl is launching a private group for Test Group, but you do have to be a member of the Team Cup to get there. So let's make sure we get this part done, and then we'll speak about the next incentive that we've got with regards to being in Carl's exclusive coaches group. for the month of February. So, and there's other prizes linked to that as well. Any questions?
Nope.
No? Has this been a powerful mastermind call? Have you got some stuff? I've seen lots of people writing notes down. I want to say thank you to those of you that show up every week. You know, you're doing the things and the consistent behaviors that are needed for you to be successful. Keep a lookout for when we go live with the events page for the Carl trips, that he's going to go to Edinburgh, Manchester and London. And as I said, this is not for discount coaches. This is not a photo opportunity. This is not a meet and greet with Carl. This is, I want to build my business and I want to learn from one of the best out there at how to build my business and hear how I can make an impact to Beachbody. So keep a lookout for that one as well. Thanks everyone for showing up today. I'm going to leave you there. I'm now going to go do my cardio workout. This is a face of looking forward to it. Let's see what it looks like afterwards. And I will speak to you soon. Thanks for everyone that participated today. You did amazing. It was some really great information. I'll post the slides from Sunday into the Emerald Coaches group later today. So thanks everyone. Bye.
Team Cup is an eye-opener to pushing past your limits.
It made some really big things happen for me. It helped me to break that barrier of Success Club 10 that I was trying to get by for so many months.
All the coaches on my team ended up advancing to Diamond within a couple months of Team Cup.
Team Cup advanced my business to Emerald.
Team Cup helped me develop into a better leader and do the same thing with my team.
The Cup moves everyone's business forward, just built so much camaraderie on our team.
Probably one of the biggest momentum boosters for our entire downline.
Team Cup really boosted me to say, I can do more. I